Lots of calls, lots of texts. Michael, good morning.
Good morning, Neil.
I'll plough through the calls. So, you want to just pick up on this leaking of information Sunday night?
Yes, I think it was in collusion with the government. I think it was a ploy. I think they all knew about the leak to put the whole country in fear. And by doing so, and by keeping us in fear all day Monday, they, by stealth, brought in level 3.
So this would all have to be choreographed with all the main players in on it. Nefet, government, Taoiseach, Taoiseach.
Absolutely. No doubt in my mind. We're up to level 3 without the blink of an eye.
So you're saying then that everybody got together and decided to leak it to frighten the public so that the public would go to bed Sunday thinking it was level 5, and then they go through the dance of meetings on Monday and slip in level 3, and we'd be happy with it.
Isn't that what happened?
Well, you could say that the government weren't in on the leak. They freaked out about it and put manners on Nefet on Monday.
If anyone trusts this government, there's something very wrong with them. If anyone trusts them, there is something very, very wrong.
Okay.
They're the most corrupt government, I believe, in the history of this state.
And give me one example of the corruption.
I just did.
But you can't prove it, you see.
Exactly, yes. I agree with you.
So if you're talking about corruption, you need to be able to prove the corruption.
Well, you can. They were talking about level 5. They put the country in fear. Elderly people, senior citizens that just watch RTE, you can imagine the fear of them on a Sunday night.
Yeah.
They were held in that fear all day Monday. And of course, the government came to the rescue. That was the ploy. And what people don't realise, we're up to level 3. Where did this come from? They could not possibly. They had no legal authority to put us up to level 5 because the cases within the hospitals, we have the case numbers rising, but the cases in the hospitals could not justify level 5. There was no justification for it.
Okay, so
a blind man would see it. Look,
a blind man would see, you're saying, a blind man would see that they frighten us with level 5 on a Sunday night to slip in level 3 on a Monday afternoon.
Yeah, and
okay.
Proof is there.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
No.
Let's see if anybody else agrees with your interpretation of it.
Now, what I want to say to you as well, Neil, you need to withdraw your scaremongering every day on the radio.
Okay, explain that to me. No, I do want to know what you mean by that, please.
I'll give you an example. My daughter's heavily pregnant.
Okay.
She was in a Centra food store outside Cork City. She has something that's very, very rare. She had a letter, not from her doctor, from her consultant, that she wasn't to wear a mask. She was abused by the manager. He went down the store, came back up, ran up towards her. We now have a complaint with the Gardaí.
Right.
It's been accepted as genuine. It's been put on the pulse system. And I'm also, what I'm doing here this morning is putting you personally on notice.
Okay.
For being part of that bullying, because you came on the radio and you said to people, for God's sake, put on your mask. You had no justification, no medical background, just to make a statement like that. Mick Mulcahy came on and he put fear into people that couldn't wear masks for whatever medical reasons, and he said they could be held responsible for murder. So I am now saying to you that I'm putting you personally on notice, and Mick Mulcahy and RedFM, for daily scaremongering and for adding to the bullying and harassment of people out there. You've put elderly people with medical conditions that cannot wear masks but are forced by listening to people like you coming on a daily basis and scaremongering everyone.
So you would, okay, fair enough. I mean, you've said it a number of times, and I'm happy to allow you to say it.
There's complaints gone into the Gardaí. They've accepted them as genuine. I'm holding you personally responsible for the bullying and harassment that's going on out there. You're personally responsible and added to the harassment of my daughter. Mick Mulcahy.
You've said it already. No, it's okay, Michael. You've said it already. There's no need to say it a second time. It's okay.
You misled the people on Monday morning. You said you had no one from Fianna Fáil or Fine Gael to come on the show.
Yeah.
But you failed, and he's coming on regularly to mention Dr. Sheehan as an ex-Fianna Fáil Lord Mayor.
What does that matter?
You misled the people.
No, I didn't mislead the people. I know you're only splitting hairs now. I mean, he was on as a medical professional. I was talking about a TD or a cabinet member of Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael, not a councillor.
You said you have no one from Fianna Fáil to come on. Mr. Sheehan is a Fianna Fáil member.
I accept that.
No, you have Dr. Noor Khan on there. If we had to listen to her advice, we'd all be locked up in the attics of our home.
Okay, so fair enough. You're holding me responsible for scaremongering, for saying that we all have a role to play in this, and that is wash our hands and wear masks. So I shouldn't be telling people wash your hands and wear masks. What should I be saying?
You should be following. You shouldn't be following the one-sided narrative.
No, but I'm asking you. No, I'm asking you to tell me what I should be saying if it isn't wash your hands and wear a mask.
It's not for me to tell you what to say, but what I am saying is...
No, it is for you to tell me, because you're holding me responsible for the harassment of your daughter.
You're coming across me, and I'm not finished at all yet. You have changed from the person I knew that I admired on radio and listened to every morning. And I know why they changed. And so has RedFM, because I tell you why. You've accepted a bribe from the government in the form of a...
that's Michael.
But you haven't.
That's rubbish. There's no one bribing. Now, come on. There's nobody bribing me.
You're not an independent radio anymore.
This is all because you have an issue with people wearing masks.
No, I have an issue with you. Bullying people on the radio on a daily basis. And RedFM is the same. On a daily basis, you're coming out. You're giving a one-sided narrative.
I'm not giving a one-sided narrative. I endeavour every day to try and balance things as best I can.
No, you don't.
And well, if I had a one-sided narrative, you wouldn't even be on the air.
But you didn't expect me to say.
But I'd have cut you off.
I mean, you can cut me off if you want to.
I'm not going to. I'm going to bring the interview and the conversation to a decent conclusion at some stage without cutting you off. But I am always endeavouring to give both sides. Absolutely.
No, if you were a listener, you wouldn't think so.
Well, I mean, that's for people to make up their own minds. I'm only telling you I'm doing the best job I can to keep it as balanced as I can. I mean, I'm very sorry for what happened.
You sold out your independence to a bribe on taxpayers' money. You should have refused it and held your integrity as an independent radio. The government bought the whole lot.
Are you suggesting then that radio stations and people in media and areas like that should not get a pandemic payment or a PUP payment for people who have been furloughed or temporarily laid off?
For people, where does people laid off have to do with?
There's 4 people in this building. Normally there would be upwards of 60 or 70. What are you suggesting? No, answer the question. What are you suggesting should happen to the people who aren't at work right now?
Did the grant that you received, did it put them back in work?
There was hardly any advertising. We don't get, hang on a second, but in fairness, we don't get licence fee money, like RTE do. We don't get bailed out like RTE do. RTE will probably lose another 15 million euro this year, and nobody...
You've criticised yourself there. We don't get bailed out like RTE do. You've accepted a grant on taxpayers' money.
It's to pay people's wages.
You've lost your integrity.
Michael, you're missing the point. It's to pay people's wages, to keep people in jobs. Are they less entitled to that than everybody else?
You can't do it on your own steam. You've been doing this without government support for years, but you've gladly grabbed
other companies in all other sectors of industry are taking government payments.
Yes, they're all paid off.
Everybody has the same mortgages. Everybody's paid off.
I said a while ago, the people you're bringing on, like Dr. Noor Khan, am I right with the name?
Yeah.
Follow the money trail.
Follow
the money trail.
Okay. Listen, I'm delighted to have caught up with you. Are we good? Are you happy that you've made your points?
I don't. Most respect for you. But I've lost that. Listen to you daily. You've lost your integrity.
Okay.
I put you on notice There is a complaint with the Gardaí. We will be following up. There's such a thing as class action.
Are you threatening me now, Michael?
I'm warning you.
Should I go see a solicitor?
Do what you want.
What are you going to? What are you threatening me with? You're threatening me with legal action. Is it criminal action or something?
I'm asking you to stop your scaremongering.
No. I'm curious because
stop
do
people to put on the masses when people cannot do it for medical.
I never said that people who had medical dispensation should be forced to wear a mask.
You're twisting it. You said, for God's sake, put on your masks. Mick Mulcahy said.
Okay, all right. Okay, fair enough. I did say that. Okay, so are you going to take a legal action against me?
I'm not going to say that right here.
But you are putting me on notice of something. So I'd like to know what to expect.
Notice to cease from your bullying on a daily basis, telling people that they're responsible for the increase. You don't even know who you're saying it to. You came on there this morning. It's those that are not obeying the rules. You're speaking a government narrative. Neil, you've got to understand there's two sides to this.
Listen, I fully appreciate there are two sides to it, and I try and do the best I can for both sides.
I'll give you one challenge, right? And it would bring my respect back from you, and I'll withdraw everything I said from you.
No, don't withdraw anything. That's fine. You're entitled to say what you say, and you're entitled to put me on notice of a legal action or involving me in a criminal case. I'm fine with all of that.
Neil, I don't need you to tell me what I'm entitled to do.
Okay.
Just listen to what I'm saying. Bring on Dolores Cahill and Dr. Noor O'Connor, and I guarantee you one thing: Dr. Noor O'Connor will not come on with Dolores Cahill.
She was on the air 3 weeks ago, Dolores Cahill.
Yeah, no, I know all that. Bring on Dr. Noor O'Connor with Dolores Cahill, and I guarantee you Dr. Noor Khan will not come on.
Well, what's the point then if she won't come on? Anyway, Michael, listen, I'm going to move on, but I hope you're happy with your opportunity on the air this morning. Is that okay? And I hope you stay listening, and I hope you stay in touch.
I appreciate the opportunity. Obviously, you didn't know what I was going to say. But look, all I'm asking you, Neil, I'm probably a bit fired up now at the moment over what happened to my daughter, to be honest with you.
Yeah, which you hold me responsible for, and that's upsetting. But
all I'm asking you, get back to the person you are. Cease the one-sided narrative. Don't be issuing people, threatening people. Well, I'm wrong there, I'm saying threatening. Don't be telling people to put on the mask.
Okay.
They may have their reasons for not to.
Okay, don't wear your mask. Okay, all right, thanks, Michael. Thanks, appreciate the call. Michael, thanks, appreciate the call.